Hi everyone. Now this is basically a Czech Nymph. It's a latex version. I did a video recently where I tied basically a caddis pupa using the latex. Just a normal or a natural coloured latex. And when I said I tied Czech Nymphs much in the same style, I got asked could I do a video on it. So this is the fly here. It's very basic. There's no varnish on this. This is just coloured in except for the wee bit of varnish at the head. Other than that, it's just the latex and some Pantone pens and a Sharpie pen. And it's quite simple. Now these flies, I mean, you hate losing flies, but if you spend a huge amount of time tying some of these patterns, it's a bit devastating when you start to lose them. And when you're nymphing or using or bugging or Czech nymphing, whatever you want to call it, high sticking, you tend to lose a lot of nymphs and stones just because of the method. So you want a fly you can tie reasonably quick, and this is very least realistic, like it catches really well. So, and I'm actually tying a few of these at the moment. Now it's tied on a Czech Nymph hook. This is a full mill hook. It's a size 14. I'll show you the one I'm using. This one here, and basically it's a lovely shape. You get a lighter version as well. This is a heavier, as I say, and you get a bronze version. Now the first thing I'm going to do is put some lead. I use a lead tape from Veniards just to add a wee bit of weight. This is cut to about a couple of mil wide. To start at the back of the hook. Now the body starts about maybe 3-4 mil further down, and then I come up and stop it about the same away from the eye. So we've got, it's basically start tapering up and tapering down. So it helps to give you that nice shape. But obviously adds weight to the fly. Now I'm going to use a couple of threads. I'm using a Lt-Cahill, and this is for the basically put the body on the dubbing, or you could use the yellow. It's entirely up to yourself. But one you use, either, because I'm going to be colouring it anyway, so I'll just use the Lt-Cahill. I want to keep the body quite light, so this is the way to use it. So first thing I'm going to do is wind down, covering the lead, keeping the waist piece nice and tight. Will help give you the touch and turns to this point, and remove the waist. Then just leave that bobbin hanging over the back of your vise. And then the yellow, this is again the Uni 80 in yellow. It helps to keep the underbody a wee bit bright, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm bringing that down to this point, and now I'm going to tie in the latex. So we've got the latex, we've cut it, came off the sheet. This is probably around about 6 mil, and we cut it into a slight angle. Now there is a shiny side, which is your side here, so I'm going to be tying this in so I can see the underside, or the dull side. Just catch the very end of that tapered cut and then stretch it as you wind down. You want to really stretch it all the way right down to the thread, and all the way back up, all the way right to the very top, to about a head length away, and then we want to wind with latex up. So we start off quite tight, or we do, it's tight, and then we just work our way up, keeping the nice shape. We don't want it too heavy. Want a nice segment in the body if we can get one. All the way up. I'm just going to tighten it up again near the end. Get to the head length away, we catch it on. Good. Make sure you put a good 6, maybe more turns, and then we want to stretch the latex and then trim it to try and get as neat a cut as we can. And then we're going to basically whip finish, just to take the yellow thread away. So I say you could either have the yellow thread or the Lt-Cahill. I'm just using 2 colours. So there's our body done, that's our shape. I've left a wee bit of just a wee touch of the latex there. But we can tidy this up when we come up with the other thread. Now for the body, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this. This is tactical. It's called Tactical Micro Flash Dub in Pearl. Just a wee drop. You could use any. This is obviously a flash, but you could use a very fine dubbing as well. So we've got my Lt-Cahill. We'll just lightly dub this on. Slide it up, and then we basically want to rub the body with the nymph with this. So once we get it caught on, we tighten up a wee bit more, and we just work our way up, rubbing the body till we get to the beginning of the thorax. It's there. Take away the excess. Just leave your bobbin hang. And then the thorax, I'm using a squirrel dub. This is just a dark brown squirrel dub. You want something a wee bit more leggy, so you've got more legs at the top, slightly longer. You've got to remember, see when you're winding this on, you're pulling tight, your dubbing sitting into the actual the latex, so it's got plenty of grip. And then we just continue to rub it up, but this time a wee bit closer, adding the dubbing. But we always can go back if we don't have enough, but you don't need a lot. Just going to go back and add a wee drop more here. Just slide it up, it's quite simple. And then take away the excess. And wind round. And there we are. And then just a matter of, when you try and hide that wee bit of latex, I should cut it a wee bit better. But anyway, that looks okay. So we're going to wet finish. Just make sure there's no dubbing up there. And then we can basically colour it up. The first thing I'm going to do is just brush out the dubbing, just lightly with the Velcro. So you don't need much, you don't need a lot. There will be fibres too long, you can break them off, but then we can have fun colouring this up now. We could colour this many colours. So we can, one of my favourite colours is I've got the yellow. This is the Pantone pen, and it's, you can see the number code there, 123T. So in this pen we've got the large here, and I just do the whole lot. Colour up all the way from top to bottom. I mean, these are great bugs. They're really fun. They're fun to tie, and they're quick. That's the thing. I'm using now, this is another, I've got a couple of browns, but this is the Pantone, the 154 as they call it. Again, I'm just going to use the larger one. Now this is for the top half of the Czech Nymph. So we don't want to come all the way around, so the underside stays that nice yellow. Just run it. Now we can come up against the actual turns with it. The pen gets underneath each turn, and it gives you a better segmented body. You can see the colour there. Now what I'm going to do here is to quickly dry it, because normally I would set it down. So just leave it. I'm going to use the hairdryer just to speed the process up. And then we can darken the thorax. Now I like the dark brown at the top here, just down the thorax length, and on the head, come underneath here. I keep the underside nice and light. I prefer the underside to be light. And basically that's it. You can spend a wee bit of time taking out, you can reduce the fibre length, some of that, just give a wee quick look, wee twirl, and it's fine. And then all we have to do It's just a wee bit of varnish on the head, and that's it. As you say, you can colour these up whatever colour you like. The thing about it is to keep it quite sparse. You don't want to overdress it. You don't want to put too much dubbing. You want to be able to see the body. You can see the body there. A bit of colour. You can mess about with the colour. And once that's dry, it's fine. It will come back a wee bit in colour. It will lighten. But by that time, I've usually got a few fish on it. And as I say, it's quick to tie. Simple Czech Nymph style. Some folk would say it's not a Czech Nymph, but it's Czech Nymph like. So it is. I would even leave that wee bit of flash at the back. You can see the nice shape. So anyway, there we are. I did get asked, so there we are. I'll show you something else, sorry. If you feel, you see it's nice and brown there. I mean, that's a nice colour, but if you want to darken it just even more, you can actually put some black on it, a wee touch of black, just to give it a two-tone near enough at the top. So if you have black brown, going light brown, going yellow. So you've got all the nice colours that work in nature. As I say, you could change the colours to green. There's a nice green. As I say, there's lots of colours you could use. There's an olive here. It's a wee bit flashy, this one. But these are lots of colours that all work. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, thanks for watching.